All right, there you go. Ready? Oh.
All right, first questions. Jared, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to have you talk a little bit about the execution. You guys had moments last week that were great. What needs to happen for the execution to level to elevate against Utah? Because you know their defense is really good.
Yeah, I think we've had a good week of practice. So I think it starts there and the way that we've been handling it through that, because I think that's the only way. But I think execution kind of I guess was up and down, ebbed and flowed that game because we didn't have our full, I guess, arsenal. Especially when Gunnar went down early, I know it kind of changed the game plan, the way that Fessy and A-Rod wanted to call the game, and stuff just with Keanu and Chris coming in. And it's not so much talent-wise, it was just they were younger, playing in that type of moment type deal. So, but it seems like we'll have all the guys back and with the Nakua's back as well. I think it'll run a little smoother and we'll be able to connect more on more plays.
I also wanted to ask about the tributes. I know you guys are going to be wearing a helmet sticker, looks like, for 9/11. There'll also be the flag for Ty Jordan. What does that mean as far as beyond what actually happens on the field, but, kind of looking beyond that and having those tributes in a game like this?
Yeah, I think tributes are significant and makes you think of life other than football, bigger things that are happening and going on in the world with the running back that passed away and with 9/11. It makes you just think of people that were lost and kind of the significance of the game, significance of the day, and how not to just take it for granted. Each day is its own, and as you look at it as its own, you get to appreciate it more. And with the True Blue Heroes and stuff that we do here, you definitely get a sense of that as well, that there's bigger struggles and bigger things going on in this world than winning or losing a game. So I think that's what it brings to the game, and it's dope that we'll be able to do both.
All right, Sean, and then Mitch.
Neil, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your baller game last week, but I know you've totally moved on, and you also don't like talking about yourself, so I'm not going to make you do that.
No,
but can I ask you about your QB1, Jaron, and how he kind of balled out? Because you guys had a really nice connection going on. Obviously, you mentioned Gunnar going down. He kind of turned to you a lot, and he just made plays. What do you think about his kind of first, I guess, full start, if we don't count 2019 and what happened at the end there? How do you think he did last week?
Yeah, I think Jaron did awesome, to be honest, with what he was given, the tools he was given at his hand and stuff. He just made the offense do what they got to do, and now score enough points to score more points than another team. But I think you're able to just see all the off-season work that he did with John Beck and stuff, and what he did in the off-season to prepare himself, not only to win QB1, but then to go out and ball the way that he did against Arizona. So he looked great out there, and he's looked great all week so far. So hopefully we can just continue to build on that, and we'll see what happens on Saturday.
Neil, from that performance against Arizona, do you feel like you established yourself as that number one wide receiver in this offense?
See, I always think I'm number one wide receiver. I know that each person has its role. And again, I always talk about opportunity, and opportunity was given to me when Gunnar went down. I kind of knew, although the coaches never told me, I just knew that it was kind of shift towards me, and plays were going to have to be made. And they blessed me with certain play calls for me, and Jaron just trusted me that I would come down with the ball. So whenever he threw it my way, I tried my best, especially after that slip, which I should have stayed up, that, just to come down with the ball. And that's where it kind of took, and just had a great game just based off opportunity.
You're one of the few guys in the program that's had multiple games where you've played in this rivalry, experienced it. You've seen the 2018 game where you guys had a big lead. 2017 it was a little bit a close game, but didn't come on the outcome you guys wanted. Just maybe what are some of the characteristics that stand out in these games compared to other regular season games that that you played in throughout your BYU?
Yeah, I think you know, a lot of teams talk about or try to downplay the significance of the game, but there definitely is more juice. Everyone knows, you know, social media is a big thing now in 2021. So people read the articles, people read the headlines, people see the smack talking that's coming from them and all that stuff. But, you know, I think as you just treat each day its own, everything will kind of just handle itself, and the best team will just come out on top that day. So it doesn't matter, you know, what you do. You just got to put yourself in the best position to come out victorious.
Jay and then Alex.
Hey, Neil, Utah's corners have a reputation for being outstanding man press defense cover guys.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that reputation, and what can you guys do to maybe offset that?
Yeah, their corners are good. One's shorter and one's a little longer, but I have full confidence in my guys that, you know, we'll be able to produce against those guys, and I feel that they'll get out of man just like the way Arizona did. Arizona had some good corners as well. I think the Pac-12 is a great conference, and they have a bunch of talent over there. But you saw against Arizona halfway through the second quarter, the rest of the game, they went straight zone. And I think that's what they're going to have to do. I'm hoping it's man. And probably a lot of us are, so we can show that, you know, it wasn't a fluke that first game, that there's talent here in this wide receiver group, and they'll be in there for a long day. But we guarantee that they'll probably run some zone. And if they go man, that hopefully we can just connect and trust our timing and trust our you know, our practices that we've connected like we have all week, that we'll be able to do it on Saturday. So we're excited for the challenge. We know the type of defense. This is a really good defense, but we're excited for the challenge, and we know that this receiver group can do some scary things.
Neil, obviously you've been talking about how important this game is coming up for you guys, and what significance this has on prior history and whatnot. So is there any level of extra preparation or any extra mental work that you're putting in before this game so that way you feel prepared for it? And what would this game mean for you guys if you were to come out with the win?
I don't think we put any significance on it. I think it's just important in the matter that it's the next one. We know that it's Utah. We know the streak that they have. I think the significance of winning it and ending the streak, I think that's what it brings, not only to us, but all the Cougar Nation and to Cougar Board, I guess. But it's just another game. So we're just going to treat it like that, and we're going to go into the game knowing that it's just another game. And we just know that if we just take care of our side like we did for Arizona, that we'll put ourselves in the best position to come out victorious.
Okay, Trevor, last question.
Neil, what was it like playing in Allegiant Stadium in Vegas? What was the atmosphere like for you and the rest of your teammates? And what's it just like having tons of BYU fans everywhere you go?
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope to know that the church is worldwide, one. But two, it's just dope to know that everywhere we go, wherever we go, that there will always be a good amount of Cougar fans for sure. And that Cougar fans love Cougar football, and they'll travel to wherever it is. I just seen our video that our staff did on the game and the cut up or whatever of Arizona, and people traveled from Washington, from Oregon, but I seen a family from Florida flying into Vegas and stuff. So it's cool just to see the amount of Cougar fans that show up. But that stadium was rocking for sure. Allegiant Stadium's a dope stadium, probably the dopest one I've ever played in. But it was just electrifying to be able to. You have to calm yourself in warm-ups, not to do too much. And I think when we get back to LaVell Stadium this Saturday, that we're not to do the same thing. Make sure that, you know, it's just another game, and that if we treat it the right way, and treat the game with respect, that, you know, hopefully we'll be on top by the end of it.
Awesome. Thanks, Neil. You're good to go.
Yeah, thank you. They're not going to man us. Thank you.
Okay, so last will be Aaron Roderick.